this is going to be an exciting show. We've got some world premiere video. Nobody's ever seen this. I mean, nobody. You haven't seen it. I haven't shared this video with anyone at all. Should we just bottom line up front it, John, and go, well, fill us in. What is going on with this? Yeah, set it up.
Well, this is something that became apparent to me as I watched this movie on Disney+. It's a movie that I remember watching back in the 90s called Operation Dumbo Drop. One of the only movies made by Disney that was about the Vietnam era war. And I think it deserves to take another look, which we're going to get into. I have a short video to show you that'll kind of get you primed and ready for all the information that I'm going to provide today. So, Jason, if you could figure out how to play the video, thank you. It's pretty amazing stuff. What we found from doing more research, independent research, you can fund us at Crowdsource the Truth, is mind-blowing.
Because there is a clear effort underway right now to undermine experts, you in the field of ballistics, me in the field of digital image analysis, etc. And I want to be very careful how we speak about these things.
Yeah, there's something insidious about this movie that flew under the radar. A lot of people don't understand what's actually happening and what did happen in the 60s and 70s in Vietnam that I think is important.
They want to challenge the concept of reality on a cognitive level. They don't want you to be able to discern what is true and what is false. They want you to have to rely on a disinformation, disambiguation governance board, somebody that sits up here and somehow has authority over telling you what is real and what isn't real.
Exactly, and this completely flew over my head when I originally watched this film in the 90s. I didn't think twice about it. You know, people watch a Disney movie and they think there's nothing to it. But if you look deeper into what's going on, this is a very important topic. And I think, you know, we've uncovered something very important that people want to see. You know, how did they get drugs to move around in Vietnam? This is how. From the elephant. Particularly the anus of the elephants.
So there are thousands of people who watch the show who are curious and well-meaning and want to get involved in the crowdsource investigative process because they see how incredibly powerful it is. And just one little piece of information from somebody who, you don't have to be a scientist, you don't have to be a sniper, you don't have to be a lawyer. You can just say, hey, you know what? I go shopping at that farm stand all the time. I know that guy. I recognize the person in the picture, whatever. But the other thing is, as you said, all we need is one person to throw a poison pill into the soup in order for it to go bad.
Yeah, and Jason, I don't know exactly what you're talking about. I'm talking about Operation Dumbo Drop the movie. And, you know, these are big animals we're talking about. These are, you know, 5-ton beasts, creatures, weighing up to, you know, these 8 feet tall elephants. You could fit a lot of cocaine in there. You know, you could fit kilos and kilos of cocaine in the rectum area. And I think it's important that we uncover what the CIA was really doing at this time, how they were funding operations. And to put it in a Disney film is outrageous to the American people. I mean, this was a kid's film, you know? take my niece and nephew. We go to the mall. They want licorice and popcorn. They want soda, nachos. We have a good time watching this film, Operation Dumbo Drop, not knowing at all what's really going on here, Jason. And are you paying attention at all? Are you hearing the words I'm saying? You're listening? Just shake your head, nod yes. Yeah, thank you for paying attention, Jason. I know sometimes you get aggressive and you just go off on tangents. And thank you for just listening. I have a PowerPoint I would like to go over before the end of the program. If we could pull up the PowerPoint that I've made. Do you have that? Could you find that for me? Jason, are you listening? So let's go over the PowerPoint presentation that I've made for you. Okay, slide 1, Operation Dumbo Drop, featuring Ray Liotta, Danny Glover, and the guy from the Fire TV show. We want to know what really happened here. It's based on real live operations during the Vietnam War. 604,000 dead Viet Cong, 392,000 dead American bodies. Budget of $24 million. Box office was an underwhelming $24.6 million. Rotten Tomatoes gave the film 28%. You know, it's not that good of a movie, to be honest. I was a little bit disappointed at the time, spending all that money on concessions. But the real Dumbo Drop, what was the purpose of using elephants in such a chaotic war landscape? What was the real reason elephants would be used in such a manner? We're talking about the Vietnam jungle. This is not an easy place to navigate, okay? We couldn't even get tanks through the jungle, and we send a bunch of elephants to do what? Was this a cover for something else that the CIA in joint operations with its allies were attempting to achieve? Why was this movie made? I mean, Jason, we're talking about, this is a kid's film. Kids are supposed to watch this movie. You know, kids love elephants. They do. They love elephants. Maybe that had something to do with it, but regardless, it seems odd that this kind of movie would be made, you know? What are elephants? They have distinctive features, such as a long proboscis called a trunk. They have tusks, large ear flaps, pillar-like legs, and tough but sensitive gray skin. The trunk is prehensile, bringing food and water to the mouth and grasping objects. Okay, tusks are what they use to dig under the ground to get roots and different food that they can find. They also use to fight each other for territory and for the women. But if we take a look here at the movie poster, we see something very strange. We see the backside of an elephant, like they're trying to tell us something about what was really going on, you know? And so from that, we go to the next slide. Elephant poop. It's called dung. An elephant is a huge animal, can produce up to 100 kilograms or 220 pounds of dung per day. Jason, you probably weigh 140, 150. This means they could poop you out every day easily. They have a large capacity in their colon. They defecate 12 to 15 times each day. You know, if I'm lucky, I can defecate twice a day. But you know, this changes everything. 1 kilo of cocaine only weighs 2.2 pounds. That means an adult elephant can carry up to 100 kilos of illicit drugs from their bowels. That's a lot of yayo. Okay? That's a lot. That could help fund whatever program the CIA might be involved with. You know, that could help buy off the local politicians, Viet Cong, etc. CIA operations in Vietnam. They were performing covert operations to fund the war. We know that from uncovered documents. Jason, you've done some independent research on this as well. Elephants offered the perfect cover for the illicit transportation of cocaine and heroin. I think this about solves what the movie was about, why they made it into a children's film. Who knows? Who is the CEO of Disney? This is the first video of many. We're going to be delving deeper into the use of elephants as drug mules in Vietnam. So that's just a little intro to what I've discovered. If you're interested, follow us on the Patreon episode. John Cullen at Patreon, Crowdsource the Truth, etc., etc. Jason, I'm sure, will remind you about 10 more times where to find us. To follow for more, I am at Patreon. I am your map daddy. I have a 136 video archive on elephants used as drug mules in Vietnam that I'm making right now. And don't come at me on X and tell me, you know, I got these idiots coming at me on X telling me it's just a kid's movie. They want to tell me that it's a good movie. It got 26% on Rotten Tomatoes. Don't come at me, okay? I have a lot more information than you, and I've seen a lot more movies than you. So, anything else, Jason?
It's been an amazing show. Anybody who's been
Stay
watching
safe.
on any of the Crowdsource the Truth sponsorship channels, I urge you to check out subscribestar.com/I am John Cullen or patreon.com/I am John Cullen. And if you're watching on either of those, please visit odyssey.com/@crowdsource the truth or Substack or Subscribestar or Patreon/crowdsource the truth. Sponsor both John and Crowdsource the Truth. We couldn't be doing this without you and your generous sponsorship. Thanks to everyone who does sponsor the show. Have a great night.
Tell you the truth, guys, I'm a big fan of John Cullen, and this is just a parody video. I don't mean any harm by it. I love John Cullen's videos, and I am a Patreon. If you're also interested in getting the real information on things that happened in Vegas, what happened in 2020, on assassination attempts that just happened, or anything, John Cullen, I think, is a great independent researcher. Jason's great too. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.